Thanks for joining me for today's yoga session. Today's practice is going to be in the Yin style. We're going to be holding gentle poses for extended periods of time. Beginning with a butterfly pose, we'll start by bringing the feet together. Lift the gift, connect with the sit bones, the bony landmarks in the butt. The feet can come away from the body, about like a foot or so of space between the heels and the hips, especially if the knees are really tight. You want to create lots of space for yourself here. The hands can rest on the knees, gently applying the weight to the knees to open the legs up. There's no force. I'm not pushing the knees down, simply gravity and the weight of my hands are doing all the work. From here, if the hips feel very spacious, if the legs feel nice and open, you can begin to walk the hands down the legs, slowly beginning to come into a butterfly fold. The hands will find the feet. You can brace yourself against the feet, or you can even offer yourself a little bit of a massage to the balls of the feet, to the arches of the feet. With every inhale, check in with the spine. Make sure you're not collapsing anywhere, keeping a nice long spine. As you exhale, letting gravity pull you a little bit deeper into the pose. Not forcing, not rushing. Simply allowing yourself to unfold wherever you are. Once you've met that comfortable resistance, breathe into it. Stay at ease in the pose, walking that delicate line between resistance and ease. Connect with your breath while you're here in butterfly. Noticing the rhythm of your inhales and exhales. Breathe into the lower belly. Let it fill up with air. And exhale. Feel the diaphragm contract, pushing the air out of the lungs. Over the next few breaths, begin to walk the hands back up if you're folded. Nice and slow. We ease slowly into each pose and we ease slowly out of each pose. Coming to a tall, seated position. Taking a few breaths here. Before bringing the knees together, hands gently come behind you, offering a couple rolls to the hips. Moving into a seated forward fold next. The legs are going to come out nice and long in front of us. Rooted through the sit bones. Again, lift the gift, connect with the base of your spine. Sitting nice and tall. On your first exhale, beginning to walk the hands forward. Taking your time as you make your way into this pose. There's no rush. You can take the legs a little bit wider if the hips and the hamstrings are tight. Adjust as necessary. In an active forward fold, the legs are engaged. The spine stays very engaged. Core as well. In the yin variation, we can soften. We don't have to stay so tight and rigid. There can be a bend in the knees, especially if the legs are tight. Allow yourself to soften and fold. Not forcing anything. Not rushing. Be mindful of your spine. Sitting up and easing out of the posture. If you experience anything beyond a comfortable resistance, avoiding pain, avoiding discomfort. Slowly beginning to walk the hands back up towards the body, wherever you are. Nice and slow. Stacking the vertebrae one at a time till you return to that tall spine. Offer the shoulders a few gentle rolls. Moving in one direction, pausing at the bottom here, and move in the other direction. Crossing the legs, moving into cat and cow. Offering a subtle stretch for the spine. Stack the shoulders over the wrists, hips over the knees. As you inhale, tail lifts, belly fills with air. Chest opens, gaze comes forward. Exhale, you tuck the tail and begin to round the spine away, pushing against your mat. The head will fall between the arms. Inhale to cow. Lift the tail, fill the belly, gazing forward. Exhale, round the spine. Tucking the tail and pushing the back towards the sky. Last time we inhale. And exhale. Coming into a child's pose, bringing the feet together, knees out nice and wide, taking the hips back to the heels, arms come out nice and long, forehead can rest against the mat. There's a roundedness in the shoulders. They're supportive, but otherwise relaxed. Reconnecting with the breath. letting the belly fill up with air with every inhale, releasing, surrendering to the earth with every exhale. Taking inventory here in child's pose. Noticing how the body is feeling. Noticing how you're responding to this practice. There is no right or wrong. Shine a light on any areas of tension. Bringing your attention to your mind. Noticing just where exactly that train of mental chatter has gone off the tracks. No attachment, no judgment towards your thoughts. There is acceptance and there is release. There's no need to change what is. Simply allow the thoughts to pass by, making space for nothingness. Noticing how you're feeling emotionally. Honoring whatever has arisen within you during your practice. There is no right or wrong. There simply is. Over the next few breaths, beginning to lift up into a tabletop. Beginning to lift the hips up, slowly coming forward, easing the hips, and moving forward onto the hands. Coming to lay onto the belly in a prone position. Stack the hands, turn a cheek to rest on the tops of the hands. Pausing for a moment here in this lazy crocodile. Turn the cheek, turning over to the opposite side, taking a few breaths here. Lifting the cheek from the hands. Begin to bring the arms in towards the side body. Moving into a Sphinx pose. Elbows will stack underneath the shoulders. Forearms long out in front. Shoulders away from the ears. Gazes forward but down. There's a gentle bend in the back, while the rest of the body melts into the ground. In an active Sphinx pose, we would press the thighs and the feet into the mat. However, in this yin variation, we simply relax through the lower body. Let the legs melt into the mat. Be mindful of the shoulders, the neck, making sure that the neck doesn't start to collapse into the shoulders. We want to keep some kind of engagement through the upper body, really focusing on this gentle bend in the back. Breathe into the belly, observing how your breath changes when the stomach is compressed against the floor. Relax through the shoulders. If the neck gets uncomfortable, just lower the gaze a little bit. You may be crunching the neck. Very slowly, we're going to begin to come out of Sphinx pose. Walking the hands towards the body. Press into the knees and press into the palms. Pushing back into a brief hero's pose. Moving nice and slow. Coming onto a seat. Moving on to the back. Taking the legs out nice and long in front of us. Rolling on back. Hug the knees in towards the belly. Linking the fingers to tighten the grip. Relax the arms, relax the belly. You can roll here side to side, offering a gentle massage to the lower back, to the hips. You can also draw circles with the knees. Whichever feels best for you, that's what you gotta do. Now keeping the right knee hugged in tight towards the body. Bring the left leg out nice and long, moving into a supine twist. As we inhale deeply, hug that knee exhale and release, begin to bring the right leg across the body. Foot will find the ground, finding a comfortable twist. Open through the chest, open through the shoulders. The right arm can come out nice and long at your side. It can also come up, arm up towards the head. If there's any shoulder issues, just bring the arm in towards the side. You can rest the hand on the belly. Gaze over the right shoulder, letting the spine unwind with every breath here in this twist. Breathe deep into the belly. Over your next few breaths, begin to unwind, releasing slowly back to center. Bringing the right leg back across the body, taking the right leg nice and long. We'll begin to move into this twist on the other side. Hugging the left knee in slowly. Pausing here for a few breaths. On your next exhale, begin to take the left leg across the body. Foot will find the ground. Stay at that comfortable twist, feeling that openness through the chest and shoulders. Left arm comes out long at the side, up overhead, or arm tucked in at the side, hand resting on the belly if there's any shoulder issues. Gaze over the left shoulder, feeling the stretch from your neck all the way down your spine, right to your hips and your pelvis, maybe even all the way down to your toes. The supine twist is great for much more than just relieving tension in the spine. This twist is also fantastic for the digestive system, as it offers a little bit of a hug for the internal organs. This stretch is also fantastic for relieving tension throughout the vagus nerve, the main nerve that runs through the body. By controlling the breath, by relieving tension through the spine, by twisting, hugging the inner organs, we're giving our body a chance to really reset and decompress. Our bones, our muscles, our nerves, or organs, glands, everything releases here in this twist. Over the next few breaths, we'll begin to release as well, coming back to center. Slowly, slowly bringing that left leg back. We're in no rush here. Easing your way back, taking the left leg out nice and long, coming into corpse pose or shavasana. Legs come out nice and long, feet splay open. Allow the hips to relax and open. Back body melts into the mat. Arms open up at your sides. Taking a deep breath, feeling the front body expand and soften. And exhale, release, melting into the ground. Doing one last scan of the body, letting go of any areas of lingering tension. Beginning with the feet, feeling the muscles relax, the toes soften, arches soften. Feeling the ankles relax against the ground. Calves melt into the mat. The knees are at ease here as the thighs relax. All of the muscles releasing. Feeling the hips open, the legs completely relaxed from below. From the tail of the spine, all the way to the base of the skull, the back body melts into the mat. The ground supports you in your relaxation, letting you unfold and let go. With every inhale, the belly fills, and every exhale, the belly contracts, pushing air out of the lungs. There is an expansion and softening through the chest. The heart radiates towards the ceiling. Shoulders soften, releasing from the ears. Arms splay out, relaxing against the ground. The neck is relaxed. All of the tiny muscles of the face are relaxed, holding no tension around the eyes, the temples, or the jaw. You are totally supported in your relaxation. I invite you to stay here in Shavasana for as long as you need. Thank you for joining me today for this practice. Namaste.